All right, so let's move on to our next session. And this is about the ERC 20 tokens. So the ethereum.org website is a great source for finding information on Web3 and blockchain in general. You obviously have the most up-to-date information on the latest developments and the new innovations that are coming across. I usually use this as a baseline to get all the info that's happening around the Ethereum ecosystem. There are obviously other websites, um, lots of information on YouTube as well that you can Google and get all the required information. But yeah, this is, I would say, the baseline and a good authentic source of grabbing that information. So token can virtually represent anything in the Ethereum ecosystem. You could have lottery tickets as tokens. You could have tokens for co-ownership of a boat, of a yacht. You could have tokens to buy any utility. You could have tokens to use any product features. So the whole concept of tokens is that behind those tokens, you obviously have a very detailed tokenomics model running. And I've got a separate training series on tokenomics. You can have a look at it to understand what tokenomics is all about. But generally, in short, for the purpose of this lesson, tokens could represent anything. So tokens could represent a real world asset in the digital world. Tokens could represent anything that you can exchange for a service or for something of a feature of a product or something that is valuable to you. So in Ethereum, you can obviously create your own tokens, and tokens are different from coins. And I can create a separate session on that one as well. Good reading stuff over here, and generally we have a standard on Ethereum for tokens, which is ERC 20. If you scroll down this page, you will also see a couple of standard methods that should be in any ERC token standard. And the reason for this is basically standardization, as we call it, the ERC token standard. And different wallets and different other dApps, decentralized applications that are reading your ERC20 token expect these functions, these methods to be available and use them basically to process, to transfer, to approve, to calculate the total supply, decimals. So when you are developing an ERC20 token, you need to make sure that you are implementing these methods. We'll talk about these in much details, but just on a high level to understand for this stage is that it helps dApps or any application like even the MetaMask or any other wallet application. They know that these functions are there inside your smart contract, and they are looking for these functions and these methods to derive the information so that they can then display it and then do the necessary transaction processing. So whenever you're creating an ERC20 token, you have to make sure that you have at least bare minimum these methods implemented. There are some events as well that we need to implement. We'll talk about those as we implement. And you can see that there is some example that is shown on this page and some more further reading that on ERC tokens. So generally, if you Google ERC20 token, you'll get tons of information, but I would baseline this as a starting point. So good to read information over here. Without further ado, let's get our hands dirty into the coding aspects of it and see how we can create an ERC20 token and how we can call the different methods on it and what it does. So, let's get on with it. So we'll see you in the next session.